Poor man's Ferrari.
Nope.
Welcome back to the Skid Factory. As you guys know, we like to work on our mates' cars here in the shed. So for something different, I thought I'd roll something of our own in, and this is my poor man's Ferrari.
It's not something of our own. This is yours.
Okay.
I accept no responsibility for this vehicle.
I know you don't mind the
And
AW11.
it's not a Ferrari, for God's sake. It's a friggin' Corolla with the engine in the back.
How is it not a Ferrari? It's red, it's a two-seater, mid-engined.
It's more of a Fiat X19 with reliability than anything.
I don't even know what that
perhaps
is.
a Pontiac Ferrero without the mullet and trucker's cap. You don't even know what that is,
No,
either, do you?
no, isn't this like based on some kind of feed or something, no?
X19.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like a crappy little front-wheel drive car's engine stuck in the back of a car that looks exactly like this. Just like this car.
Ferrari. It's red. And it's full of ants. This is a 1988 AW11 MR2. I really like this car. It was my brother's car, my younger brother's car, and it's been sitting at the back of my house for about five years, Al? About 5 years? 4 years maybe. This is powered by a 4AGE 20 valve Blacktop. My brother acquired the car, had it for about 2 months, and then it started making some really bad knocking noises, so it's been at the back of my house under the mango tree for some time. I've thrown in some cash and I'm keen to build myself a cool little street slash track car, so come check it out. It's a hardtop, so most of these ones are your Targa top with a removable roof.
Really?
And some of them have...
Isn't that just those horrible SW20s that have that?
No, these ones had also with a Tiger roof too, and some of them had like a aftermarket sunroof put in, which some people are a fan of. I'm not really a fan of.
I'm not really a fan of it at all, bro.
Well, come on, I know, don't deny that you don't mind the AW11. I know you don't like SW20s.
The only reason I like AW11s better than SW20s is they're not as ridiculously badly designed.
True.
Although that could prove us wrong shortly when we have to pull it apart.
It is a pretty clean car. It is covered in scratches. The paint is faded. It has been sitting out in the weather for a long time. There is a bit of rust up here in the windscreen area that will get repaired one day sooner or later.
Or not.
But the positives being that it is a hard top and it is relatively rust free. It's got some cool flares on there. These are apparently pretty rare according to the old owner. I'm not too sure.
The old owner said that he did a brilliant job of the engine bay too. So.
Every previous owner of every car
And
says
also,
they do good
everyone
jobs.
says that everything has got stuff in it, never has it.
So here's the Wonder. It's a 4AGE 20 valve. It's a Blacktop version.
So that's not meant to be in there.
No, so this comes with the 4AGE 16 valve. I think this one was originally NA. They also come with a 4AGE ZE, which is a supercharged variant. Not bad little engines. They do make some good little power. You can boost the little 4AGE and make some good power out of them. This thing, apparently my little brother said he was revving it to 9,000 RPM, but I'm not too sure that they rev that high.
Maybe the tacho's broken.
Maybe it is broken.
Although the engine's broken, so that's probably why.
Should we start it up or not?
Does it go?
Oh, it did go until it started making knocking noises.
Until it had boost ants in it.
So my older brother's got one of these, but it's an SW20. Where's that bloody boot thing? And it is powered by a 3S GTE. I'll put a link up in the corner for that car. That's a pretty cool car. It's also red.
No comment.
Alan, oh, there's something in there. I'm not even joking. I saw something move. Oh, do you see that?
Yeah. I'm picking it's a rat, bro.
Look at it. There's an actual mouse in the car.
Lol.
Can you see it?
Yeah, of course I can see it. Dumbass.
Oh, now it's in the engine.
Where's that bloody python on it? There he goes.
been sitting outside
Quality,
for quite some
bro.
time.
Quality.
How good was that? We couldn't even make that any better. It has got a cool bride seat in it, which
Brie day.
which my fat ass just fits into. I don't think you'll fit into it, Alan.
No, probably not.
These have such cool interiors. The cockpit is so awesome in them. I really do like it. Memory lane, Alan. It has got books and everything in here. Rego papers. Here's some old photos of the car when it was looking.
When it wasn't a piece of crap.
Yeah.
No, that was never. Spanners, because you need them.
Service books.
Screwdrivers.
There's probably another mouse in here. Oh, sick. That's $50. How's that?
It's your shout for lemon squash, bro.
Car just got cheaper. I'm not going to look through this stuff now. The plan for this car was to turbo it, but I don't think we're going to go down that route. First things first, I've
It's
actually
not
got
pure, the turbo.
No, exactly right. We're going to keep it NA with the blacktop revving quite high, keeping that NA pureness.
So
we have to get
factory quad throttle bodies on a blacktop.
Yeah. Let's get it started.
actually
I reckon
pretty-
we should get it started.
Pretty decent engine back in the day.
Do you want to start it or not?
Oh, I don't know, it's your car.
I suppose we can't really make anything much
Cook or
worse.
clean or do something.
Cook or clean or do something. Well, let's start it up and see.
Can I just point out the wonder of the boot lid that doesn't actually line up anywhere
I think
near
this is a
latch?
supercharged latch on a NA. I don't know. I've got no idea. But yeah, that doesn't quite.
Well, you
match up.
always bring me junk.
You love this car, Alan. Yeah, let's start it up. Do you reckon it will start?
Turn the key and we'll find out.
I've got no power still.
Sweet.
Oh, it sounds good.
Bruh, that's enough. That'll do. That sounds wonderful.
Verdict is, I assume, big N. Maybe a failed oil pump or something like that. I've got no idea.
No, I heard it get oil pressure.
But that's why it's here at the SKID factory. So let's get this engine out of here. How do they come out? Through the top or through the bottom? It's at the bottom, eh?
And I'd pull it out the bottom.
See how many more mice and snakes we can find.
Well, if there were snakes, there'd be no mice.
Well, true, that's true.
Or maybe you need a cat.
Where'd that python go that was here the other day?
It probably ate the other mice that was living in the boot of this.
True that.
I think most of that could be sorted out by just dropping a match in there, bro.
Yeah, probably.
Spare wiring loom just in case.
There's some flywheel bolts. Oh, hang on. There's some snapped flywheel bolts.
Yeah, you better keep them snap-ons.
Look at that. Why would you keep them snapped-ons? It genuinely is like snapped in half. That's flywheel, eh?
I'm sure that's in mint condition.
Who knows what? Oh, spider on that.
Oh no, it's not the spider. That's the ECU, bro.
Down the
Just
ECU.
leave the ECU just sitting in the boot. What could go wrong? Wreckage.
Cockroach. Right.
Airbox. Air intake goes right to the other side of the car for no particular reason.
I can't see it.
You can hang that on your wall, dude. 4H! I'm not even mad that I can't believe it, that still works. We recently did a quick check on making ignition leads, and this is not how you do it. If you want to know how to do it properly, please head over and have a look. Woody will put a, what do you call those things?
A link.
A link, a flag.
You got to point to the corner though.
Up here.
Too high.
Or there.
No, again.
Here.
Yeah.
Or here. How did this thing even go? Honestly.
Got no idea, dude.
Jesus. If only there was somewhere else to find earth in a car made out of steel. Let's go up in the air and see how much of a turd it is underneath. Has this ever been on a hoist? As you can tell by my enthusiasm, I'm not a fan of poorly executed engine swaps or mid-engine Toyotas. I do, however, favour the AW11 over the SW20 due to its simplicity. The coolant and oil are both drained, then Woody drops the exhaust on my head. The engine can be removed from either the top or the bottom on these vehicles. We chose to drop it out the bottom as we have the equipment, consisting of a hoist and an old roll cap. The engine is supported and levelled on the roll cap using blocks of wood. We then unbolt the two remaining engine mounts and raise the Toyota X19, leaving the engine and transmission to roll out from under the Fiero.
So there's one 4AGE removed from the car. These are a lot simpler than the SW20s. SW20's got like this subframe which you kind of you have to drop down to get the engine out. So
And the rest.
And the rest, yeah.
You name it, it's got it.
So this is pretty easily done. Now we're going to get the gearbox off, throw this thing onto a stand and suss out which cylinder has doesn't have a rod bearing left, and figure out what we're going to do with this engine. We're still a little bit, I'm still a little bit undecided as to what to do with it. Money, power figures, expectations, all that kind of stuff is coming into play. So we'll get it apart and see what we're dealing with first.
Look at this genius.
What's that?
This is the idle control. As we tear the engine down, more problems become apparent. Sometimes that part left over in the parts tray is actually important. The timing belt has ridden forward on the pulleys and eaten through the plastic covers due to a missing guide washer on the crankshaft. Nope. As we remove the cams and cam caps, Woody lays out the parts on the bench to keep them in order. Once the cams are out, we can then unbolt the cylinder head and separate it from the block. Removing the sump reveals the oil pickup and windage tray, along with number 2 bearing shell, presented in kit form.
I don't think that's meant to do that.
Extra clearance for more horsepower. Mr. Bearing, he no here. I don't think you'd put that back together like that.
See that wear mark there? That's pretty bad, is it not?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
As we expected, a rod bearing has cooked itself. It's actually bent the rod also, which may have been due to
Continued use.
smashing up and down. And funnily enough, all the bearings are actually cooked too. So whether if that's a combination of like the pistons have got so much carbon on them, the head's chock-a-block full of carbon, so may have been pinging its head off.
These are 11-to-1 compression engines. Stuff like that, you cannot afford to have carbon stuck on your piston crown because it will increase the compression ratio, and then things start pinging and then bearings start getting hammered. They lose their tension. These ones are all just spinning around. Well, they weren't spun yet, but they have zero tension. They've got no crush anymore, so there's nothing holding them in there.
They're actually like loose in the rods.
So that was just the first one to let go, and that's where your spun bearing comes from.
My little brother may have even run this thing out of oil. I don't even know.
We don't know.
Yeah.
So
That sounds like Patrick would do that kind of thing, eh?
trust nobody, bro.
That's it. We wanted to pull this thing down also to check pistons and check the bore to make sure that we can reuse it. The bore is, I don't know. I'm not an engine builder. I am not very experienced with this kind of stuff, but you can clearly tell by looking at it that there's a lot of wear there, and the pistons do have a couple of scores on them too. So I don't really want to put those pistons back in that bore. This is why I wanted to pull it apart and just to check things. Now I know what I'm up for. So it's looking like a set of rods and pistons have to make their way into this engine. So
And another crankshaft.
Another crankshaft, yes. Which you could probably repair this crankshaft actually, but I'm not going to bother with that because
not when you've got one that doesn't need repairing.
I've got a silver top 20 valve over in the corner, ready to be pulled apart also, which also came with the car. And it looks like it had turbo stuff all over it too, so...
Yeah, there won't be anything wrong with it.
Who knows what condition that's in.
As long as the crank's good, that's all that matters.
That's it. So there's a lot of planning to do now. I've got to order a lot of parts for this thing. I've got to get some stuff sent off for machining. I've got to pull the head apart.
You got to clean up.
I've got to mop the floor. But right now, it is time for a lemon squash, so I'm going to indulge. It's a Monday. Alan doesn't drink lemon squashes on a Monday. So cheers, mate.
Or a Tuesday.
And we'll see you guys next time and see what we're up to. I might be at the machine shop getting stuff done, or I could still be here pulling that head apart.
Cleaning things up. Cleaning things up.
Thanks for watching as always. We'll see you next time.